did a video last week and mentioned it, and people said, well, really, what is it? And I don't really understand. And one person joked, am I talking about sexual fluids? So I want to tell you, I'm not talking about sexual fluids. I'm talking about sexual fluidity. And the best definition I can give you right now is from this book by Lisa Diamond called Sexual Fluidity, Understanding Women's Love and Desire. And she's a professor at Salt Lake City. And this is what her quote is. It's a really good quote. Fluidity represents a capacity to respond erotically in unexpected ways due to particular situations or relationships. It doesn't appear to be something somebody can control. So I just want to break this down a little bit. It means that you can be straight or gay or lesbian, and as a straight person, find yourself randomly, erotically attracted to a person of the same gender, and be even able to have hot, steamy sex with that person, and find it erotic. And then you can be gay or lesbian, and also find yourself attracted to the other gender, and find yourself having steamy, hot sex with them too. This doesn't change your orientation. It doesn't mean you're not really in the orientation that you identify. It also doesn't necessarily mean you're bisexual. So a lot of people who are bisexual get upset and offended by sexual fluidity because they say, well, this does mean that somebody's bisexual. But that's not necessarily true, because when somebody has sexual fluidity, they're not always attracted to both genders in various different ways. It's random, it's erratic, it's spontaneous, it's situational. When somebody self-identifies as bisexual, it's pretty static. It can be fluid, but it can be pretty static. I'm attracted to men and women, more men than women, more women than men, romantically men, sexually and romantically with women, but it's pretty constant over time. The fluidity is that those configurations could change. But pretty much people are bisexual because they're attracted to both genders in different ways. And then, there's a whole talk that I'm not going to say here about binary. Some people are attracted to somebody that doesn't show up as male or female, or shows up as both of male and female. That's a different talk. Sexual fluidity is that you can be a mostly straight person, identify as heteroflexible, and be able to engage and be attracted to and enjoy sex with the same gender. And homoflexibility is I'm attracted mostly to people that are of my same gender, but that randomly I'm able to have sex with someone else of the other gender. Some people have criticized the work I've done around sexual fluidity and said that I'm pretty much keeping closeted gay men and lesbians in the closet because and this is true, and I remember this early on in my own coming out, you think you're straight, and you don't realize that your sexual fantasies and the sexual behaviors and even actions are gay. You think, oh, I'm a little kinky, oh, I had too much to drink, oh, somebody paid me, oh, it was my first time, and I was seduced, and so you think this isn't really my identity, it's just like a behavior. But it turns out that over time, if you truly are gay, and you truly are lesbian, and you're truly bisexual, then you're going to have a trajectory of a coming out process. And but for people that are sexually fluid, they don't have that. They do not have a trajectory of a coming out process of gay, lesbian, or even bisexual. Their home is in heterosexuality. And they're clear. So when I deal with men who have sex with men, they are often only attracted to the gay sex. There are men that could find themselves attracted to some men, but it's very rare, and it has to be a certain guy in a certain way and a certain situation. But many of them are attracted to gay sex. And people think, well, if you're attracted to gay sex, you're gay. Well, then that means that what you behaviorally do makes you straight or gay, and that's a ridiculous argument. If I'm never going to act on my sexuality, if I never have gay sex for the rest of my life, that I'm still going to be gay. I'm not. It's not a behavior. So when women have sex with other women, often they do it more relationally. It's more an experience with another person. The person matters. The sexuality matters too. But the primary purpose is relational. For men who are sexually fluid, straight men, it's primarily bisexual. You know, it's primarily objectification sex. So that's kind of my answer, and I've written a lot about it in a Huffington Post. I have a book on it called "Is My Husband Gay, Straight, or Bi?" And that whole book is about straight men who have sex with men. I have a chapter on gay men. I have a chapter on bisexual men. I absolutely know they exist. I know people argue that I don't talk about them enough, but I do talk about them. And but when I talk about sexual fluidity, I'm really talking about that people's natural state is heterosexuality, and that they have same-sex experiences every once in a while. Their natural state is gay or lesbian, or gay or lesbian, and their natural state, every once in a while, they can have sex with the same other gender. Okay, that's all. Have a good day.